a special pleasure to introduce our first speaker, Omnek Onek. Sometimes individuals, not only from other worlds, but also from other dimensions, choose to do what can be termed as cross-traveling, that is moving from their dimension and world into ours. Usually this is done for a special reason and because of a special mission. Omnek's mission, which he will explain more about, is to make us aware that planets in our solar system is inhabited, albeit not in our dimension, and also spread a message of Venusian spirituality and unconditional love. A great welcome to you, Omnek.
I'm looking forward to meeting some of you that I haven't met, and to let you know that I know you already, not from this lifetime, but I'm aware that as soul, we are old friends. So it's like a family reunion for me. Thank you for coming and sharing this time with me, and I will try my best to explain a little about myself and why I'm here. And if you're wondering, I had a stroke in 2009, and I'm recuperating and learning to walk and talk again. So bear with me, I'll do my best. I came to your planet as a child, like in a 7-year-old body, but I had lived 130 of your years on my planet before I came to Earth. And the Venusian culture I came from is on an astral dimension, which is the parallel and higher frequency than the physical. That's where I came from. I manifested a physical body just for my mission and just to be here. And on our planet, there's a city called Retz. It's the capital of Venus, and it is located on the physical surface of your planet in the solar system. At one time, we were a physical society, and I talk about it a great deal in my book and explain what happened and how come we now reside on the astral. But in this temple that's located in this city under a climatic dome for protection, and it's not visible to the human eyes, it's where that we can manifest the physical body to live and work in your societies and contribute to mankind on Earth, because a lot of the people on Earth, we are the ancestors from them, one of the races. There's four races that originally came to this planet from another system far, far away, and they were guided by spiritual masters who told them they must bring human life to the system here. And so we took our great motherships and loaded it with thousands of people, and that was the yellow race, the white race, the black race, and the red race. They all came in these ships to this system a long time ago and inhabited planets: Mars, Saturn, Jupiter, and Venus. The black race chose Jupiter as their home, the yellow race Mars, and the red race Saturn, and the white race Venus. And we inhabited these planets, and this was our new home. And it was only to bring human beings into this universe, and to give it a chance to evolve as all planets and all systems do. And we have a different perception and concept and understanding, which I decided was my mission on Earth, to share with people and make you aware of your true heritage and your greatness, because you are a soul originally, and then you become a human being eventually. And it's a great, great journey to be a person. When you become a person, you're the highest evolved being in the physical form in the whole universe. And the universe is full of planets with different beings, and some of them don't appear as human in form, but they're highly intelligent. And it's very, very, it's so complicated that you're not aware of all the beings that exist within the physical realm of reality. But reality is a matter of perception. And you have to understand that reality can exist even if you're not aware and you can't see it. It doesn't mean it's not there. But I'm here. But I'm here. I came here so that I could understand your cultures, your languages, your customs, and your societies, and try to share with you the best way you can survive and live here and create a better world for yourself. Because in reality, you do create it. With your thoughts, with your energy, with your creative power that God gave you. Every time you imagine something, it's the key to reality. It's the key to, the imagination is the key to creation. In other words, anything you imagine can be reality or is reality, because everything in this world was someone's imagination before it became reality, including the glass, the table, anything. You look around you, everything exists because man created it. First, he imagined it, and he created it. That's the power God gave us. And I'll explain to you, reality is a matter of perception, because if you take a chair you're sitting on, it's a small object, comfortable for you to sit on, but to a small insect, it's a very large object. It takes hours to cover the whole circumference of the chair. And to a photon, it's just a collection of atoms and energy, and it can pass right through. And so it's got different perspectives depending on what is the perception is coming from. And the chair is sitting still and relatively solid, but if you're in space looking down at Earth, this chair is rotating with the planet. So the chair has different perspectives of reality. If you're in a country with a chair, they don't know what it is, it doesn't even exist. So there you go. There's different perceptions of one reality. And I'm a different perception of reality. I existed in a non-physical form where it's only a world of energy It vibrates at a higher frequency, but we have duplicated what we had in the physical on a different level of awareness and existence. But we can absorb energy as our nourishment because we don't have a physical form. So we manifest this energy to give us sustenance to exist there. And we can take this energy, and with our creative powers, we can manifest what we need to survive on this realm of existence. And we have many cities, and our architecture is only limited by our imagination. So we create wonderful and beautiful places to reside in. And we only need them because we were used to them in the physical, and so we duplicated the same kind of existence on a different level. And it was wonderful living there and, you know, creating all kinds of beautiful things, musical instruments, art. You could have clothes like a butterfly or like a cloud, a bed, like anything you can imagine, you can create. And you cannot realize how wonderful that is. And it's going to be real here, too. That's what we're working toward. There is a transformation in process on Earth, and it's going to return all human beings to the original form they were, with the abilities that they had before. And I explain in some of my material how that human beings on Earth had these great abilities in Atlantis and Lemuria and these great places that were some of the original cultures that existed on Earth. There is a transformation in process on Earth, and it's going to return all human beings to the original form they were, with the abilities that they had before. And I explain in some of my material how that human beings on Earth had these great abilities in Atlantis and Lemuria and these great places that were some of the original cultures that existed on Earth when we migrated to the Earth. And we brought all the different races of beings here and colonized this Earth to create a perfect, beautiful paradise. And the life forms that exist here, animals, plants, minerals, everything was brought from other systems voluntarily to the Earth to work in cooperation to create an inhabitable, beautiful planet for human beings to enjoy. And together, they form a beautiful environment which we want to protect and take care of. Because the Earth is a beautiful, wonderful place, and it took many beings, thousands of years to create this place. We don't want to see it destroyed. The other planets went through evolutions and learning processes, developing technology and awareness, and eventually they destroyed their own atmospheres, or they went into a dormant state, which is quite natural for a planet. When it reaches a certain evolutionary point, it no longer can maintain physical life, so the life progresses to a higher level. And that's what happened in these other planets. And now we're working to create this process on Earth so that human beings can still exist with their cultures, but without the controlling forces that the negative powers have taken over here and now control most of your societies. And we're going to nullify and absolutely prevent them from existence, and it's only going to be positive forces that exist on this planet. With your help and your imagination and your meditation, we will do this. It will be a process. It is happening, and there is no fear, because fear is the tool that is used by the negative powers to control people. And you have to let go of fear, because there's nothing going to happen that God hasn't intended to happen. And it's all for your benefit and all for your being well and happy. And we're not going to let nothing happen to this planet or the people here, except for the ones who cannot accept the changes. Then they will die and come back with a different awareness and consciousness so they can exist in this transformation. But what is there to fear? Only thing that can happen is you can die. But death is not the end, because the soul of human beings are immortal. It lives forever. God intended the soul of each human being to be the great power that it is. God is the great creative force, and that part of the energy that is our soul is part of this creator. And that's the most beautiful and perfect part of being a human. And it's the highest point you can reach in the evolution of soul and the physical, is being a person. Being a person is the top. Then, of course, you have to be every type of human being in many, many lifetimes. So you exist for thousands and millions of, you can't even imagine. I will explain to you a little bit about what I know about this concept. But first I'll tell you that the Venusian heritage is part of the Earth heritage. All the white people that exist on race were brought here by Venusian ancestors. And so all of you are partially kin to the Venusians. And if you're Oriental, then probably you have a Martian as an ancestor, physical DNA I'm talking about, not your soul. But the Martians are the ones who are responsible for much of the technology, because that's where their talents lie. And the Venusians care and protect the spirituality and the love for human beings. And the Saturnians, the red race, are known for being in contact with the nature spirits that control the environments of the planets, and they protect and care for those. And then you have the black race, who have an open, generous nature and beautiful singing voices and natural rhythm. That's what they're known for. And they share a lot of that with the cultures on Earth. So we all brought something to humankind. and they're all special in their own way. And everything that happens only happens because it is intended to be. Because it cannot happen unless God intended it to happen. So whatever happens in your life is because God intended it to happen, and you as the soul have chosen to be where you are. In every aspect of your life, it's something you chose before you were born. You decided this was something, a lesson you needed that you hadn't experienced before, so you chose to come in this lifetime and experience it, no matter what it is. The soul is not either good or bad. That's a concept man has created. But a soul sees everything as a valuable experience. No matter how negative or how ugly it may be, it's an experience the soul needs. Because once the soul has experienced this, it don't need to repeat it. And that's part of the awareness and growing to be perfect in every way. And when you reach that perfection, you don't have to be a human anymore. You learn on higher levels. So you don't realize how wonderful and beautiful you are. And when I look at you, I don't see your physical forms. I see the beautiful, perfect, shining souls that you are. You're perfect in every way. And every experience you have has created the perfect facet of this jewel and perfect existence that you are. And it's absolutely beautiful if you could see it, as I do. And I love everything that exists because I once was everything that exists. I am part of it. And I'm happy to see so many beings here that I have known in other lifetimes. So you're not strangers to me. It's just you haven't seen me in this lifetime, perhaps. But I'm happy to see you again. And happy to be here. And the whole purpose of my mission was to help change the awareness of human beings so they could have a different perception and consciousness of what they are and in relation to what is around them and how they can make it better and how they can understand how to live much happier and perfect life. Because many of your cultures and religions have taught you that you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that, and you do it out of fear of what will happen if you do. And you don't live a happy, complete life because you're not aware that you have a choice. And whatever you do in the physical, if you're not harming or creating problems for anything, then you're not responsible for anything except enjoying your life. And God wants you to enjoy everything that is created for human beings to enjoy without feeling guilty. And God wants you to enjoy everything that is created for human beings to enjoy without feeling guilty. You shouldn't feel guilty or feel insecure because you can't reach perfection in the physical form except by being balanced in everything you do. Whatever you choose to do is all right and it's okay by God, and I'm not better than God. I'm not going to judge you because I don't believe in judgment or criticism. that is something that has created problems and divisions in your society. And we should release all that and say, okay, we just accept everything and we love and let everybody do what they want to do and be what they are without feeling uncomfortable. And or without feeling that you're less spiritual than someone else. They create all these obstacles because they can say, I'm better than you because I don't eat meat, or I don't smoke, or I don't drink, or whatever. But that's inequality, and they're doing that to make themselves feel better. But they're not better. The problem is it's just thinking. And you got to learn to let go of that and just be and enjoy your life as you are, and realize that whatever you do is okay. It's okay. As long as you're not hurting anybody intentionally. But that is part of learning to be aware and having respect and love for other life forms. It's being a human being and realizing everything is okay and nothing is wrong or right in the eyes of God, and we're not better than God. We can't decide what's good for someone else. We can only decide for ourselves. That's the reality of it. And people always try to force other people to see or do things their way, and this is not correct. Everybody has to choose for themselves, and you do have a choice. And that's what living is about, choosing the right thing. And you have intuition. That is the power God gave you to judge whether something is correct or not, because you won't feel comfortable if it's something that's not good for you. And you shouldn't do it, because that is warning you that's not good, so don't do that. And if you overindulge in any way, you're not balanced and you're not a complete and good human being, because you're extreme in any way. That's the danger. That's where danger comes in. And that's where people hurt each other and intentionally do things because they're extreme. You can't be extreme in any way, because if you overindulge in sex and food and drinking or drugs or whatever, you're not balanced, and it's harmful to you and others around you who love you and care for you. So you have to take care of yourself and really just focus on your own development and growth and balance. That's the best way you can be a better human being. And I learned that by living in your societies and observing the pain and cruelty that exists here, because I had it inflicted on myself. I learned the hard way. And then I said, well, I have to teach these people how to live otherwise. And the only way I can teach is to explain to them the best I can, just like little children, you know. You shouldn't do these things. And people hurt each other. And I think that most of it is unconscious, because they don't know what they're doing. I don't think they really intend a lot of times to hurt someone. They think it's what they have learned, and they believe that what they're doing is all they know. And we have to teach them more and teach them better to be a better human being. And that's what I'm trying to do on Earth. And I know it sounds funny that you have to come from somewhere else to Earth, but I've been here millions of times, believe me. And it's just my last time. I chose to come, and I'm here, and I'm happy that I'm here, and I learned a lot from human beings, and I'm happy that I had the chance to be on Earth and share this information for my last existence here. And I hope it helps and makes people happy. That's all I can say. And I want to share our spiritual concept with you, because if you have the understanding of what being a soul is and how it relates to being a human being, then you have a different awareness. And if you take a centrifuge And it's an object that spins material at high speeds. And you throw in rocks and sand and water, and it's spinning. You'll find the rocks fall to the outer edge. Then you have sand, the water, and in the center is pure energy. This is where you'll find the Creator in relation to this concept. And the outer edge where the rocks are, that's the physical, solid material. And everything is energy. It just vibrates at a different frequency. So on Earth, you have a lower frequency. Everything is solid and material. And you imagine something, then you have to get the material to create it on the Earth. So Earth is the last realm of existence. In the Creator's eyes, He created everything in dimensions, energy dimensions, from the point of creation down to where the physical is. And I'll tell you the journey of soul and explain the dimensions on the way down to the physical to try to help you understand. Now, when you're created in the center where pure energy is, where God is, you are a part of this energy, which is God. God is the creative energy source for everything in existence. It was created from this energy. And we're part of that. And along with that energy, we became part of the Creator, but we're all individuals for eternity. God created us so that we have individual will and choices to make. And when we were first created, we didn't even know we existed. We were this pure, perfect energy, but we hadn't had any experiences to rely on or to relate to. So God created all these different dimensions to send us down to the lowest dimension so that we could experience what we are and create what we're going to be. And that's the whole point. So God created all these different dimensions to send us down to the lowest dimension so that we could experience what we are and create what we're going to be. And that's the whole point.
Thank you.